What do you miss about the 90s and early 2000s? The internet without smartphones and huge social media. I think we'd be much better off if mass consumer technology just stalled around 2004 and stayed there. I'm 43 and I'm a bit surprised. But I now get nostalgic for busy malls. In high school, my friends and I piling into a friend's car to travel a half hour to hit the big city mall, which would be packed, and get stuff we never could before as the internet wasn't yet much of a thing. And then line up for a big movie at the cinema. Everyone excited. Now we are so used to getting what we want at our fingertips. Streaming a new movie and buying a shirt I saw online just isn't the same vibe. When you don't have something as easily available, you tend to appreciate it so much more as a big event. My youth. OMG, I did whatever I wanted when I wanted. The music. People not being distracted by their phones during board games. Watching something together. Meals. Etc. The shows on Cartoon Network. No smartphone. Brendan Fraser movies. Being able to go outside without having to worry about potentially being recorded and put online for someone else to make money off of. My naivety. Cheap fast food. 2D animated movies. Various designs on cell phones. They were unique. From flip-top, slide-out, QWERTY and number pad keyboards. Now, all the cell phones are just a glass brick. Cars that didn't require a trip the NASA vehicle assembly building to repair. Flip phones. The clack sound they make when you shut them in a sassy way. Privacy and the ability to disappear for a day with no one having the expectation of being able to call you. The music. No cell phones. Miss it terribly, and I am not an old person but can remember when nobody had them. Only had a home phone and a pager. I also miss MTV, CMT countdowns in the mornings. We would listen to it on the TV when getting ready for school. Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. The creativity. Everything these days is just a watered-down spin-off from the 90s, early 2000s. Such an easy question. The music. I miss the hope for the future. It was palpable. The world before 9/11 was a much different place. Also, the world before widespread social media. People would actually talk to people more because there was no other choice. Now they just stare into a smartphone. You even see it with some families who go out together somewhere. 4 to 5 different people staring into a phone and ignoring each other. There was much less widespread narcissism in the 90s. The idea of going to college wasn't a choice of possibly financially devastating the rest of your life. If you dated someone, odds are they didn't already run through 50 people first before the age of 20. Like it happens now on Tinder. There was practically no cancel culture, as well. People minded their own business more. I believe people are far lonelier in current times. I feel badly for many young people because this is all they've ever known. They don't know that there was a much different time and the world was a much different place. Hanging out at the mall. I guess you can still do that, but it isn't the same. I miss famous people or people in bands and music videos being able to just look the way that they look. Back then, people didn't have to be so surgically altered. Saturday morning cartoons. Those 90s to late 2000s comedy movies just hit different. The effort they put on Pokémon games. Nickelodeon afraid of the dark Hey Dude Rugrats, MTV watching music videos. I miss peak late 90s early Disney Channel. Shows like So Weird, Bug Juice and even Stevens. I miss the novelty of the early internet. The simplicity of technology and life in general. The technology, toys and devices, interfaces were not so refined and basic. E.g., Pocket PC you could long tap to right-click. Now, Android doesn't even have a right-click. Cheaper prices. When grandma lets you get McDonald's at the trip to Walmart. I think part of my childhood died when they changed it to Subway. Being a kid and having to wait for a show on TV. Or pop in a CD when you want music. Everything at your fingertips instantly has been hard as an indecisive person. Too many choices, haha, total entertainment forever. Optimism. New millennium. Really felt like humanity was going somewhere. IDK that we thought we would get to 2020 and things would look like this. Raves. Not the same. Nor ever will be. PLUR. Children dressing like children. My hair and functioning kneecaps, crying face. Seafood. It was giant, plentiful and cheap. Nowadays, because of overfishing and overconsumption, the seafood we have now is so average compared to the old days. Oh God, I'm old. MTV when it had decent shows on. True internet anonymity. Being a kid and knowing what it was like to really feel energized, alive, and carefree. School wasn't hell and the possibilities were truly endless. They promised us a world too good to be, and it's jarring how different and broken it is. Ignorance was bliss.